All right, y'all. So I'm back. Give me a second because trying to make for sure. Okay, it says it's live on Instagram. I wanted to make for sure that it was. I'm doing a quick dinner prep and I'm using my phone, so it's a little bit more of a challenge because I'm hoping that it does not fall off of my phone stand. I had to set it up in hopes that y'all can see the cutting board. Okay, so we are back for another Chef on a Budget Eat Your Way Healthy segment. And tonight I'm going to be making my Italian pizza with, make sure it's in the camera, with turkey pepperoni, some portobello mushroom, make sure I can see that. And I like to use the Boli brand of pizza crust. And then y'all know my favorite is Bertolli pizza sauce. Then I've got some roasted red pepper, red onion, and I'm gonna use both shaved Parmesan and also the Italian cheese blend. And then I told y'all about my fresh basil plant, so I'll show you that real quick. This is my baby I've been growing, and I just been having her up in my room. And I told y'all she's been sprouting leaves, so you can see she has been growing. So I'm gonna have some fresh basil with it as well. And trying to see, I'm trying not to be in the camera, but hold on. I'm trying to also check my comments. Okay, I'll check the comments in a minute because if I maximize the screen, the phone might fall. So, I'll check them once I'm done with the prep. Oh, I just realized I forgot okay, I'll grab my baggies afterwards. So anyways, first thing I'm gonna do, let me make sure I've got my napkins. I'm gonna clean off, um, let's see, I don't need a ton of mushrooms because it is just like some mini pizzas. So I'll probably do, mm, I think 3 portobello mushrooms are fine. These are baby bellas. I'm gonna save the rest for when I do the portobello mushroom pasta. That will probably be, I'm thinking Sunday probably, because tomorrow night, so we're gonna do a live tonight, and then we're gonna do another live on Sunday night, um, or tomorrow night and Sunday night. So tomorrow night's live will be covering one of my D's peeps. He's gonna be sharing his story, his afterlife story. Like I told you guys, I've had my afterlife story where I died, went to heaven and came back. His story, he actually went to hell. So I'm very interested in hearing about his experience. But later tonight, we're going to finish reviewing the interview that we started last night featuring Jonathan Hay. Shout out to Jonathan Hay. Because he did give a lot of receipts. And even though the guy is, I could tell he's young and kind of inexperienced, it was still a good interview to shed light, on the things, the diabolical and evil things that go on in the music industry. So we will be covering that tonight. So you guys make sure you come back in a few hours. It'll probably be my normal time, like, between like around 10 o'clock or so. I want to make sure I clean these off well because these ones are quite a bit dirty. So yeah, always make sure that you fully and thoroughly clean off your produce. A lot of people tend to purchase produce and then just rinse it off. That's not doing anything to actually clean it, especially mushroom, because mushroom technically is a fungus, but it's a healthy one. So just make sure you thoroughly clean them off. I'm gonna grab another paper towel for the third one. Oh, that one broke. Well, it's okay. I'm gonna slice them anyway. Actually, I'll probably dice these ones. Yeah, I think I'm gonna dice these instead of slicing them, especially since that one broke. And since these are kind of dirty, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my gloves out. Because y'all know I am all about sanitation. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and clip a few of the leaves. And let me see, I'm gonna grab some more of the water because I'm gonna clean the leaves off as well. I didn't feel like trying to drag my tripod down here, so like I said, I'm just using my little cell phone stand. So hopefully you guys can see the cutting board. All right, now I really only need, so here's kind of a close up. Now you can see my fresh basil and it smells really good. And because I do want that really good basil flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and clip off another small little branch. See, in restaurants, we always use fresh herbs. You know, we don't use like the dried herbs and things. You know what? This section's actually, that's not so great. So I'm gonna use another one. It's the fresh herbs that give it the best flavor. And that's why I always purchase, you know, fresh basil. But like I said, I find that the ones that come in the package, especially when you do grocery delivery, they come in like molded and spoiled already. So that's why I like to get the actual plants. One, because you know you can grow the plant. All you have to do is, you know, water it regularly and make sure you place it in the sun, and it's going to reproduce more and more of the leaves. Plus, it tastes really well. So I'm just picking the actual leaves off the stem. Because unlike with cilantro, where the stems carry a lot of the flavor, with basil, I don't particularly want the stems, especially because I'm going to be using this to enhance the flavor. So I just want the actual leaves. So as you can see, I wetted the paper towel. I gotta make sure I'm in the camera since I'm kind of behind the camera. I wetted the paper towel and that's the best way to clean it off. It's so crazy because this basil smells like weed. It actually smells like loud. That is funny. All right, so you want to make sure you thoroughly clean it. That's the biggest thing. And again, don't just rinse it off because technically, by just rinsing it off, all you're doing is activating the bacteria and the pathogens that, you know, can cause foodborne illnesses. All right, so I'm just giving a quick rough chop. I hope you guys can see the cutting board. I'm gonna attempt to zoom in on the screen so I can see the comments, and I hope my camera does not fall off of the stand because like I really have it propped. Hold on. So I want to see who's tuning in. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. He said, hold on. Sounds good. Yeah, I really do try to eat as healthy as I can. He said, I love basil, fresh. Yes, fresh basil is seriously the best. And definitely, it's like when I do my pastas, pretty much any pasta that I make, I use fresh basil, unless the store is out of it. And if they're out of it and I have to use um, dried basil, then I will. But I prefer to do fresh basil. Okay. And so now let me wipe off. Okay. So I got the fresh basil chop. I mean, it's not like this is gonna take a whole lot of prep, which is also why I like to make, my own pizzas because it doesn't really require a whole lot to do. I mean, it's just slicing a few ingredients, adding your pepperoni, and going from there. I don't eat pork, so that's why I use turkey pepperoni, and I don't eat beef, so that's why like if I make like tacos or spaghetti, I'll use instead of ground beef, I'll use ground turkey. Okay, and like with onions, I usually remove at least the first two outer layers because onions can also carry a lot of bacteria because they do grow in the ground. So, you want to make for sure that you fully pull off the outer parts of the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my gloves. Did I bring another pair? I think I did. Oh, and then the roasted red pepper. Before I slice it, because the onion's gonna have that heavy scent. So before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and open the roasted red pepper. This is a chef hack. You can use the back of your knife when it's sealed. That will unlock the vacuum seal. And I forgot it had the little plastic around there too. And so these are whole roasted red peppers. So I'm gonna have to like kind of cut it and then I can just, dice it because obviously I don't want the whole entire piece. I forgot that I didn't buy the ones that are pre-julienne. Oh, well, you know what? I'll just use what fell out. Hold on, grab a paper towel. All right, so I mean that's pretty much it besides the onion. And then I'll move everything out of the way and show you how I'm gonna top it. I will have to turn the vent fan on for the oven because it gets really hot and the heat rises and then it gets really hot in the room that I have upstairs. Okay. So I'm not gonna do a ton of onion, but I want, enough to where it's really good flavor. Hey, Elijah. So like I'll just do like a quick rough chop. And I feel like that's plenty because again, it's just too many pizzas, so you don't need like a ton, you know. All right, yeah, actually that is plenty. Now that I've diced it up, I don't want to do much more than that. Okay, so I'm going to set the ingredients in the cutting board to the side because I want to be able to show you guys the way that I'm going to actually top the crust. So give me just a second because I need to grab the baking sheet and then the parchment paper. And I am going to go ahead and turn on the fan because I need to get the oven warming up since I'm pretty much done with the toppings. So it'll get a little loud, but it's fine. Okay. Get the gloves back on. So again, back of the knife unlocks the vacuum seal on the jar. And I do like a lot of sauce on my pizzas, so make sure y'all can see it. Now, normally I wouldn't put the pizza on a baking sheet, but because it's homemade pizza and the marinara sauce can kind of run through, I don't want it to like, seep through and then be splashing on the bottom of the oven. Then you'd be having that funky smell. See, I feel like that's plenty of the sauce. So yeah, essentially like about 3 tablespoons. Um, there we go, a little bit more. I do not remember what happened to my other baking sheets. Because with me moving and stuff so much, like I got all my stuff out of storage, but I had other baking sheets and I don't know if I lost a tote because this is like the only one I have. Okay, so then next I'm gonna go ahead and get the cheese. Oh wait, let me open the turkey sausage first. Do a quick quality check, make sure it tastes all right. Oh, it's good. Okay. So first I'm gonna put down the shaved Parmesan. And I got all this stuff at HEB. And I do like a lot of cheese, especially the shaved Parmesan because of the flavor. And this is actually shaved Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago. And then the shredded one is mozzarella, smoked provolone, Parmesan, Asiago, Fontina, and Romano. Okay, so that's funny. I like a lot of cheese too. So then next, I'm gonna do, so these are all the ingredients: red onion, baby portobello mushroom, fresh basil, and roasted red pepper. So I like to do the onion first because I like the way that the flavor marries with the cheese. And then actually I'm gonna go ahead and do the roasted red pepper next because I know that can kind of seep a little bit. So I'd rather that blend with the red onion. All right, so then next is the baby portobello. Oh, before adding the basil, let me do the pepperoni. Do a few more pieces of pepperoni. Yeah, because I can see that the sauce is already kind of starting to seep a little bit. Okay, that's plenty. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the fresh basil because I like to do it as like a garnish. That's why I like to do it on top. Make sure I get all that basil in there. Okay, so now I will try to pull the camera down, hopefully without dropping. Switch the screen. There should be a button for me to switch the orientation. Oh, that's gonna suck if it's not on there. Andrew says, I used to work at an Italian place, not fast food, one real Italian one. Yeah, real Italian places like, and really any real restaurant, they're going to use fresh ingredients. I am not seeing the rotate on here. I want to show you. This is the only downside to using StreamYard. You know what? I'm gonna jump off StreamYard and jump on YouTube because yeah, I want to be able to switch the orientation of the camera. And it looks like I'm not gonna be able to do that without end stream. So I'll come back on YouTube.